Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. About a video title, you know what this video is about. NFL Week 1 game picks. I did a game picks video in a long time, since last season. I think it was like around the Super Bowl times when I did the last game pick when I was picking for the Super Bowl. Now we're back with the game picks. If you're new to the channel, you know the game picks. Basically, I go through every game and I give my take on who I believe are gonna win. Looking at the favorites too as well, the betting odds and stuff, some suggestions if you want to bet on the games, and also some fantasy sleeper guys and some fantasy guys you should start in those games as well. A few games too. We got a lot of games on here right now. So I'm gonna start with the fantasy guys. As you guys see on the board, DeAndre Swift is a guy you look to start. He's on the Eagles now. You know, he's a former Lions running back. He had some moments where he had the injuries kind of like played him a little bit, but DeAndre Swift is still a good player, and like now with the Eagles and the Eagles O-line there too, I think they're gonna find a way to implement him in the offense a lot. You know, in the passing game and the running game a lot. And they playing against the Patriots Week 1. I know Patriots, you know, Bill Belichick, you never can count him out because he has a very good defense. You always make sure the defense is good and stuff. But I think the Eagles are gonna win this game, and they're gonna cover that spread probably too. I think it's only a 4-point favorites in this game, but the Eagles. You definitely want to start DeAndre Swift if you got him on your team. Start him in there, either at the flex spot or you can start him at the running back spot. But the flex spot too, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna probably produce some pretty good numbers. Another guy too that I got on there is Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is a guy that you want to start as well. Tyler Lockett is an amazing player. He's very underrated. Been underrated his whole career. He goes out there and he just shows you that he can just be very dynamic and very explosive and a scoring machine too as well. He was scoring some pretty good amount of touchdowns last year. He's a very sleeper guy. A lot of people didn't really look at him too much in fantasy, and he put up some big time numbers and he helps some guys out a lot. And he playing against the Rams. You know, the Rams are on the decline a little bit. The Seahawks are favored in this game, of course. The Rams on the decline, and you know they lost a lot of guys. They lost Jalen Ramsey in the secondary, and you know DK Metcalf is the Seahawks #1. Tyler Lockett is #1 too as well, but DK Metcalf, you know, since he's a younger guy and stuff and the bigger target, he's gonna get most of the attention. Tyler Lockett, and they really don't have the cornerback depth they had last season because they lost a lot of guys. So you can see Tyler Lockett having a big time game this game too. Another guy too is Darren Waller. I think Darren Waller, first game in the Giants uniform, he should go out there and ball out and have a good time, a big time game as well. But the people on the board right there, you see, those are the guys you should look out for. DJ Moore, of course, another guy too, who's with the Chicago Bears now. He was with the Panthers last year, and he put up 800 plus yards, and he put up 1,000 yards in 3 of those seasons. I mean, in 3 out of those 5 seasons with the Panthers, and now he's going to the Bears with Justin Fields and Darren Mooney over there as well. The Bears got a new line. Justin Fields looked pretty good last year in the running attack. His passing looked all right and solid. He made some improvements. I think this season we're going to see what Justin Fields truly is, because you're gonna have a legit receiver now, Then you got you know, DJ Moore, you got Darren Mooney, you got Chase Claypool, Cole Kmet. The tight end is pretty good too. Khalil Herbert is nice as well, the running back. So they're gonna go out there and we're gonna see how they look, and see how Justin Fields look, and see how DJ Moore look with Justin Fields when you have a true quarterback as well. So it should be nice. Jamal Williams is another guy too you should look at too as well, because you know Alvin Kamara gonna be out for the first 3 games. I have Jamal Williams in my fantasy team. I'm starting him for sure against the Titans as well. But let's go ahead and hop into some of these, these playoff games right here. Not the playoff games, I mean the regular season games. The first game's on Thursday against the Chiefs, Lions and Chiefs. Lions at the Chiefs. You know, the Chiefs are the reigning Super Bowl champions. Travis Kelce did have a hyperextended knee, some type of knee injury. They say he could be out on Thursday, but most likely, knowing him, he's gonna play. Even if he doesn't play, I still have the Chiefs probably favored in this game. They're 6.5-point favorites. If I'm betting on this, I would take the spread. I think the game will be very close. I think the Lions will cover it. The Lions are not like a bad team like they used to be. The Lions last year, of course, the defense wasn't the best, but the offense was able to put up the points. Offense put up the points with some of the best in the league. It was a top 10 offense last year. Jared Goff been playing pretty good the past few seasons. And Marseille Brown has been amazing too. They got a new running back now as well. They added some pieces on defense too as well. So I think they should go out there and be able to put some points up. I got the Chiefs winning this game though. I got the Chiefs winning, but I think the Lions will cover the spread in this game. But moving on to the next game, which is on Sunday, we have the Panthers at the Falcons. The Falcons are 3.5-point favorites. I'll take the Falcons in this game. I would take the 3.5 points, the spread as well. I'll take the Falcons in this game because the Falcons, their rushing attack is going to set them apart in this in the NFC South. The NFC South division, not the toughest division. You know, it's on the decline a lot. You got the Panthers, they're rebuilding. They have the new young quarterback Bryce Young. You got the Falcons. You got quarterback Desmond Ridder. I think will be pretty good too as well. And then they got the Bucks, who on a rebuild stage as well too. They got some pieces though there, but on a rebuild stage as well. And the Saints, they got Derek Carr and they got a lot of pieces, but they got to stay healthy. That's the main concern. So it's a lot of question marks in the NFC South. But I think if you the Falcons, if you like pick the Falcons, you'll be good. You'll be good because they'll be able to cover that, I think for sure. And they got Bijan Robinson. You know, Bijan Robinson was an absolute beast in college. I know this is the NFL now, but you see his talent. I think it will translate to the professional level as well. The O-line for the Falcons, that's the main thing. Because last year they could run the ball. They ran the ball with a lot of different guys. They had what's his name? Aguilar. They had Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson is still there too. So I think Bijan Robinson is going to be the starting running back. But yeah, Cordell Patterson as your second guy. You know, the guy who's versatile, can play all over the place. And Drake London out there too as well. I think the Falcons win this game. They can cover it, the spread as well. But yeah, I got the Falcons win this. Next game is the Bengals. They're 2-point favorites at Cleveland and playing against the Browns. I'm taking the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to win this game by a good margin. I think by 10 points. The Bengals, Joe Burrow is an absolute beast, amazing player. Go out there, and he has 2 number 1 receivers as well. And you could argue maybe 3 number 1s. Tyler Boyd is elite number 2. I don't know if he's a number 1, like a full number 1, but he's number 1 before. He put some solid numbers as a number 1 as well, with 1,000 yards that one season before T. Higgins and before Jamar Chase got there. But to have 2 number 1 receivers in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and then have a guy like Tyler Boyd as well, and then you have Joe Mixon too. They have a lot of weapons, a lot of ways to attack you. They can take you down, but don't get it twisted. Now the Browns got some weapons too. The O-line is amazing. They got Nick Chubb, who's an amazing player, who I believe their best offensive player, and then Mark Cooper and Deshaun Watson got to get himself back to that level. But I'll take the Bengals in this game. We got the Jaguars. I kind of erased this on accident. I think the Jaguars is 5-point favorites. Yes, 5-point favorites versus the Colts. I will take the Jaguars in this for sure. The Jaguars is. The Colts now, Anthony Richardson, they look pretty good in the preseason game. I know they was playing against some of the backups, but the Colts are rebuilding the stage a little bit. They're trying to get the young quarterback some rep time. They're trying to get him back up to par, trying to get him ready for, to be the franchise guy. But Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars have a team to compete right now, and I think they just a little too ahead, and I think they're going to separate themselves in the division. They're going to be the clear favorites to win this division. So I'm going to take them in this first game as well. Bucks at the Vikings. I'm going to take the Vikings in that one. You ain't got to say too much about that, really. Titans at Saints. I'm going to take the Saints, like I mentioned earlier. Take the Saints in this game right here. 49ers at Steelers. You know, guys, I'm a Steelers fan. You guys don't know I'm a Steelers fan. And I'm going to do a full preview game analysis. We're going to do that before the game. Well, we're going to do that on Friday. Like that, a few days before the game, like that, a preview of the game. I'm taking the Steelers in this game. I think the Steelers always do well in openers. They do well in openers a lot. They have a winning record. I think they won 4 or 5 straight. Let me see. Yeah. They won last year, one against the Bengals. Year before that, against the Bills. Year before that was the Giants. Year before that was the... Oh, never mind. We won 3 straight because the year before that was the Patriot one. We got blown out by the Patriots. And then we lost. And then the following week, we lost to the Seahawks. And then the following week, we lost to the 49ers. And that was that year. We had the Duck Hodges and the Mason Rudolphs and stuff. But I think the Steelers do a pretty good job in openers. In openers, they do a pretty good job. So the past 3 seasons, we got 3 on a 3-game winning streak in the openers. I'm going to take us again in this one. The 49ers 2-point favorites. I got the Steelers winning this one by a field goal. I got Chris Boswell taking a long field goal and winning the game for the Steelers at the end. But these defenses are amazing. Nick Bosa. Joey Bosa is good too though, but Nick Bosa is an absolute beast. That's what the 2 teams are playing for probably. Like Coach Tomlin mentioned it today earlier in a little press conference. He said, our main focus is on stopping Bosa. And you know the 49ers are going to say the same thing. Their main focus is on stopping who? TJ Watt. Because those game records right there, those type of plays right there can change the whole landscape of the game and change the whole feel of the game and just cause a lot of mayhem in your backfield. And you don't want that, because that right there can just mess your whole flow up. Moving on to the next game, Cardinals at the Commanders. I'm going to take the Commanders. The Commanders are 7-point favorites in this game. I don't know if that, well, actually, looking at the Cardinals team, I don't know who the starting quarterback for the Cardinals is, because Kyler Murray is going to be out for a little while. I think for the first 4 or 5 weeks. I don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be, but the Cardinals lost a lot of guys. They lost a lot of people. You look at their roster, they lost a lot. Of course, we know J.J. Watt retired. They lost DeAndre Hopkins. James Conner is back, I believe so. But they traded away Isaiah Simmons for a 7th-round pick. That was a bad trade. They almost lost. I think Budda Baker's still there. I know he asked for a trade, but I think they kind of got things situated and fixed now. Unless he did get traded. I don't think he got traded. I might be mistaken. But yeah, the Cardinals they're in a rebuild mode right now. They got a new coach coming in. They got a lot of question marks surrounding them. I don't know what's going on with the Cardinals, but Commanders are 7-point favorites. I don't know about that, 7-point favorites. I got the Commanders winning this game, but I don't know about that. But Texans at the Ravens. The Ravens are 10-point favorites in this game. They probably could, well, that's a tough one. Because the Texans, they showed a little bit of stuff last season in the rushing attack as well. And they got Mechie coming back too. John Mechie, he beat cancer. Shout out to him. And then you got also C.J. Stroud. He didn't look too good in preseason. He looked flustered like a deer in headlights. Now the Ravens could probably go out there because the Ravens do go out there and they explode week 1. We've seen a lot of big time games for them. Lamar Jackson and those guys when they're healthy, so they could probably cover the spread. I'm taking the Ravens to win this game, but they probably could cover the spread though. The 10-point favorites. Packers at Bears is the next game. I got the Bears winning that game. It's gonna be a very close game. The Bears are 1-point favorites in that game. It's gonna be a very neck and neck game. Both of these teams are have question marks surrounding them, and they have a lot of future and they have a lot of potential as well in those rosters. A lot of young talent, and they're ready to compete. The next game is the Raiders at the Broncos. The Broncos are 3-point favorites. I don't know why. I don't know how. But I'm taking the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders in this game. One thing about Jimmy Garoppolo. Now people may say he don't throw the most yards. He don't throw the most touchdowns. He is kind of slightly above average. I label Jimmy Garoppolo as a good quarterback, because he win games. That's the main thing. I don't care about the stats. The main stat that matters the most is winning the football game. And Jimmy Garoppolo go out there day after day, and win games. When he didn't play for the 49ers, what happened? They had a losing season. When he didn't play. When he did play, what happened? They got to the playoffs. He went to the NFC Championship game twice. Got to the Super Bowl before as well. When he played for the Patriots before he got traded to the 49ers, what happened? He won the first 2-3 games for the Patriots. And then remember the season when he got traded to the 49ers and he won those 6 straight games at the end of the season. And then the following season, he tore his ACL. They had a losing season, but he came back the following year, got him to the Super Bowl. And then, Jimmy Garoppolo is just that good. He's good like that. He's going to make the right play. He might not have the flashy plays, he might not have the flashy stats and the flashy numbers, but he will get the job done and he will help you win the football game. Now, can he win the big one? That's a big time question to ask yourself. I don't know if the team may not believe that he win a big one, but he can go out there and help you win and get you there. And with guys like Devontae Adams and Chandler Jones, I don't know what the Raiders doing. They're about to lose a lot of guys. And Chandler Jones has said he won't play for the Raiders anymore. Josh Jacobs not getting paid his money. There was some rumors about Devontae Adams may want to ask for a trade. There's a lot of things going on with the Raiders. But if Jimmy Garoppolo can get those guys there to the playoffs, and you can lean on Devontae Adams, you can lean on Chandler Jones, you can lean on all these different guys they have on the team. Crosby as well, he's an amazing player too. You can lean on all these different guys. You may can get over the hump and get yourself to win the playoff game. That'd probably be the first playoff win. I don't know when the last time the Raiders won a playoff game actually. That'd be the first one in a long time, long time. They went to the playoffs against the Bengals a few years ago, and they lost to the Bengals in that wild card round. They went against the Texans too. Derek Carr got injured. He wasn't playing that game. They had the backup quarterback. What's his name? It wasn't AJ McCarron. It was that one quarterback. He was a rookie, I think. Cook. It was something Cook. I think I might have it wrong, but they lost that game too against the Texans. That's when Brock Osweiler was the quarterback for the Texans, and he beat the Raiders in that game, which was weird like that. And then I can't remember the playoff game before then. The Raiders haven't won a playoff win in a long time. Had a playoff win in a long time, so maybe this is the year they get back there. Next game is the Eagles. They're 4-point favorites versus the Patriots. Like I mentioned before, I got the Eagles winning that one. Dolphins at the Chargers. Chargers are 3-point favorites. I'm gonna take the Dolphins though. I'm gonna take the Dolphins in this one. When the Dolphins have a healthy roster, they are a very, very good team, a Super Bowl contending team as well, because they got a lot of guys that can attack you in different ways. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle both had over 1,000 yards, a lot of yards last season. And then you got, of course, Tua Tagovailoa playing amazing football before he got injured. And then the defense had a lot of different guys on there. You got Xavier Howard on one side, and you got Jalen Ramsey on the other side. That defense is going to be very good. All you got to do is stay healthy. That's the main concern. Stay healthy. The next game is Rams at Seahawks. The Seahawks is 5-point favorites. I'm going to take the Seahawks like I told you before. The game after that is Cowboys at the Giants, a Sunday night football game. Cowboys 3-point favorites. I'm going to take the Cowboys in that one as well. Cowboys got a good defense, a great defense. And, you know, all they got to do is just don't turn the ball over. Dak Prescott is a good player. And I know he had a little shaky seasons the past 2 years and turning the ball over and being a little shaky and playing, but overall he's a good quarterback. He's like a 10 to 12 ranked quarterback in the league, like that, around that range. He can go out there and get the job done. It's just the Cowboys like to find a way to get over the hump in the playoffs. It's like they can win 11, 12 games. Like, that's not a question. But when they get in the playoffs, can they make some noise? Can they go out there and win a playoff game? That's the main concern for the Cowboys. The last game is the Bills. They're 2.5 favorites over the Jets on Monday Night Football. I'm going to take the Bills in this game right here. I think it'll be a very close game. I think it's going to be decided like 3 points. 3 points or maybe less, like that. Maybe 26 to 27. You never know what could happen. I think it'll come down to the wire who will get the ball last. But it's going to be a very exciting game to see. But this is all I got for this video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down below what your picks are in the comment section. Let me know who you got winning and some guys you want to start in fantasy and some of the spreads that you're going to take and what you're betting on too as well. So I know some people do the bet totals with the points totals. That right there be good. Sometimes they got to reach a certain point. They be like, okay, they put 50 on the board, and they be like, if the combined score is 50 or over, then you win, like that. Those work well too. But let me know what you guys are doing in the comment section. But I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.